Shalom. All praise to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. In the name of his Son, which is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Greatmillstone. Shalom, salutations, and honor to the fellow brothers, laborers of this word, hazarding their lives to teach the correct doctrine, living and abiding by the same things we teach, to the best of our ability. Hey, Barakatah. And death to 2/3. Always got to include death to 2/3, man. So, the title of this is, IUIC is still worldly, and since its inception, the elders and apostles and brothers have warned people to beware of these wolves in sheep's clothing. It all started with the obvious things that people didn't pay attention to. These guys, who have put their hands to the plow and look back, they stopped teaching, they stopped putting out videos, they left the sheep for dead, and then they come back re-imaged, rebranded. And now, they were able to get this cult following. And now, through that process of time, well, you had a bunch of women coming out and exposing them, and of course, none of them, no one paid attention to it. You got guys sleeping with trannies. You got the children of these members, getting killed on camera and stuff. And now you got some of their own men, their higher ups, bringing out the evidence of extortion and having respect of persons and just wicked counsels, right? So look, they haven't changed, and they're not going to change, because for them, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And they see no fault of their own, which that's normal. They're not supposed to see anything wrong, because they're blind leaders leading the blind. So they're both gonna fall into a ditch. And Nate is no exception. He he's used to bearing false witness and going off of his emotion. When Apostle Har said, "Let's cast lots," he was jumping up and down. That's wicked, Taha. That's wicked. So how's it wicked? Nate doesn't understand the scriptures as well as he would like to think, because he doesn't live them at all. He's a persona. His voice, he changes his voice and his demeanor, his speech pattern. He slows it down. He accents and punctuates his words to appear more charismatic. He did a video, or I guess, where he's walking around in the snow, and you can see him. One thing he's throwing out there subliminally is like, it's cold out here, it's cold out here. Basically, what I take away from that is, he's not going out to teach in the snow. What the hell for? He's got his money. He's got his crown. What the hell does he need anything else? Like, he's set. He's set. And he also revealed something about himself. He said his family, who he still hangs out with. Now, there's nothing wrong with hanging out with your family, but I mean, come on. Like, if my family was the way he described, I wouldn't be messing with my family. I'll tell you that right now. Talking all crazy and crass, and just being perverted. He said his aunt grabbed his beard and said, "Does your wife grab this when you guys are doing it?" Man, what the hell is wrong? Like, that's so out of order. You know, and then he's not trying to correct them and keeps company with them. You know, that's on him. That's his personal thing. But I know for me, myself, I don't hang out with family. I make it a point to not see anybody. I make it a point to not have my phone number in their phones. You know, so like it. I make it a point to not have my number in their phones. So, you know, his mindset towards this this ministry isn't based on actual growth and getting closer with Yahweh Shai. He wants to be closer to the mammon. He wants to be closer to the scales and the weights. And all you guys that want to defend IUIC, you know, that's good. You should. Because that's where your heart is. That's where your mind is. You know, the proof is in the pudding as far as anything else goes. You know, the proof is in the pudding that, look, Greatmillstone doesn't take breaks. Greatmillstone continues to teach for free. We've never charged anyone starter packs. If you want to go and you learn for free. Brothers have made videos showing you how to make garments, meat trees, signs. Look, all this can be done for free, man. All of this can be done for free. But Nate and you guys, you want to be branded, because that slave mentality is in a lot of you guys still, man. A lot of Israelites, Negro, Latino, North American, Indian peoples have that mentality of branding. That branding means something. You know, one thing that separates the mentality of the rich from the mentality of the poor is rich people, or people that are wealthy that have money, they don't look and appear to have money. They don't buy brand new name brand clothes all the time. They might have a couple nice fits, you know, for a meeting or whatever, you know, a nice little shirt. But they don't buy cars where they can't afford them. If that makes any sense. You see our people who are broke, they get that income tax, and what do they go buy? A 2019, the brand new year's model, last year's model, brand new. Get it financed, have it for a couple of months before it gets repoed, thinking that they're doing something. They're not doing anything, man. Because that's the way of the world. So Nate and those of his congregation and others like him, GOCC, ISUPK, Sakari, you notice the key ingredient they all have is their branding, their fringes, their selling of goods and services. You know? And then they try to get on us, oh look, GMS has a GoFundMe. Yeah, and there's like no money in it. What does that tell you? It's to help prove a point, man. And I don't even know, you know, I don't know anything about that. I just saw the still image, you know. For all I know, it could be someone just being a mocker and creating it up, you know. Because people will do that too. They'll try to take, you know, us, for example, and try to make it, take the back street, and try to make it, you know, make things appear as if it's us that's doing it, you know, when it's not. So, look, man, if you can't see that these guys are going off, then, you know, the Most High, Yahweh Shai really isn't caring for you. He didn't die for you. Not on this go round, you know. You're gonna have to just taste that destruction. Now, some people are gonna wake up out of these organizations. Some people will wake up, but a good majority are gonna stay asleep. That's where the whole point of the 2/3, the 1/3 come into play. Zechariah 17, Zechariah 13, 8, and 9. 17, I'm tripping. Zechariah 13, 8, and 9, okay? So it's going to be the biggest I told you so ever in the world is going to take place. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, is going to come into place. It's going to come to pass. That's a prophecy. Matter of fact, you know, Isaiah 55:1 tells you to come and get this stuff for free. Freely have you received, freely should you give. So these guys, man, they trying to make a merchandise and trying to live off of the altar. Hey, just because Paul said that he could live off the altar and that he should be able to, it didn't mean that he was living off the altar. Meaning he wasn't just, you know, pushing the word for the sake of money. It wasn't on his mind. He was able to, at the end of the day, you have all these guys that, I'm a man at the end of the day. Well, how much of a man are you to be stealing money from the poor of your people and then convincing yourselves, oh, it's not a lot of money we're taking, you know, it's 10%, it's lawful. Yeah, just because it's lawful doesn't mean it's expedient, man. Just because it's lawful does not make it expedient. You see, these guys like to use the law when it's for their gain worldly. They've never used it for themselves spiritually. And they'll call growth spiritual growth, but the backbone of their whole growth is economical, is financial, is carnal, is worldly. Now, Great Millstone, it's opposite. I won't even say a Great Millstone. I'll say the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost, which is on Great Millstone to raise up men, brethren, okay, to be spiritually minded first, okay? Because if you're not spiritually minded, hey, really, you got the mind of death on you, man. See, Nate's all about quantity, not quality. And quality is where the workship is, you know? That's where you want to be. You want to be with the quality, not the quantity. You see? But anyway, hey, we told you so. Death to 2/3. We told you so. There's going to be more stuff with these guys. ISUPK, GOCC, Sakari, you name them. All these branded Israelites, all these marketeers. Hey, one of them got brought up on racketeering, if I'm not mistaken, Comfy. Hey, so it's only a matter of time before they all get got in some sort of way. And with that, I'm going to sign out. Shalom.